Welcome back. 4 days after a hit and run in Mumbai's Worli shook the entire nation, the cry for justice is only growing louder. The prime accused, Mihir Shah, son of Shiv Sena leader, strongman Retd Sr, was arrested yesterday after being on the run for nearly 60 hours. He has now been sent to judicial custody till July 16th. But how could the man accused in such a high-profile case remain absconding or on the run in the hiding for 3 days, especially in a city like Mumbai? Well, we have our answers, at least part of them for now. The investigation has revealed that Mihir attempted to conceal his identity by shaving his beard and committing the crime. After committing the crime, he exchanged nearly 40 calls with his father, who asked him to leave Mumbai and assured him that the driver will take the blame for his incident. Mihir Shah has now confessed to the cops that he was driving the BMW which hit a scooty-borne couple before dragging the woman pillion for almost 1.5 kilometers and running over her twice. The cops also claimed that they have enough evidence to prove that Mihir did consume alcohol when he went out with his friends to a pub in Juhu the night before the hit and run. Meanwhile, illegal parts of the pub which Mihir visited has been demolished after its license was earlier revoked by the state government.
ये दिन पर दिन मैं कह सकती हूँ एक कॉम्प्लेक्स इन्वेस्टिगेशन के रूप में निकलकर सामने आ रहा है। सबसे पहली बात, 60 घंटे तक कोई मुख्य आरोपी छिपा रह सकता है, ज़्यादा दूर नहीं, यहाँ तक कि उसने मुंबई के सारे बाउंड्रीज तक नहीं क्रॉस किए थे, विरार से पकड़ा गया है। अब बात करें मिहिर शाह की, बिल्कुल उसने अब तक गेटअप चेंज करने के लिए, अपनी आइडेंटिटी को किसी तरीके से हाइड करने के लिए क्लीन शेव कर लिया, लेकिन यह जानना ज़रूरी है कि वो मुंबई के दरमियान ही था, बाउंड्रीज के अंदर ही था। अब पुलिस इस पर कितने स्ट्रिंजेंट एक्शन लेती है ये देखना होगा। इतने पब्लिक आउटरीच के बाद में दरअसल कह सकती हूँ कि आप देखिए, हम जहाँ से रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर ये केस ना होता तो ये इसी तरीके से इलीगल तरीके से एनक्रोचमेंट के साथ ये इसका दबदबा चल रहा होता। इसी तरीके से मिहिर शाह जैसे लाखों यहाँ पर लोग आते हैं, दारू का सेवन करते हैं, और हिट एंड रन केसेस अगर हो जाए तो इस तरीके की तोड़क कार्रवाई होगी। सबसे पहले बेसिस पे क्यों अथॉरिटीज नहीं जगती है, क्यों अथॉरिटीज सबसे पहले ये एक्शन नहीं लेती, छज्जा नीचे गिराया जा रहा है। अब देखिए, ये पूरी कार्रवाई तब हो रही है जब इस पर मीडिया मैं कह सकती हूँ कि बहुत तेजी से इस पर रिपोर्ट करने लग गई। आप देखिए किस तरीके से अब जब जान जाती है तब अथॉरिटीज की नींद खुलती है, तब समझ में आता है कि जो पूरा सीक्वेंस जो है, आप चाहे देर रात तक इलीगल होटल्स एंड बार चलाए, इंक्रोचमेंट रहे, जो अंडर एज के लोग हैं जिन्हें शराब का सेवन नहीं करना चाहिए, नहीं सर्व करना चाहिए, सब होता है। यहाँ पर देर इसी चीज की होती है कि मीडिया रिपोर्ट करे और गलती से किसी न किसी की जान जाए।
Meanwhile, the victim's husband has reiterated his demand for justice in the case.
आज जो है कोर्ट में 16 तारीख तक पुलिस कस्टडी एक्सटेंड की गई है मिहिर शाह की। क्या कहना चाहेंगे, क्या डिमांड है आपकी?
उसको फास्ट ट्रैक में जल्द से जल्द सजा होनी मांगता है। उसको फांसी नहीं तो हमारे गाड़ी के सामने उसको लाके उसको वैसे ही घसीट के लेके जाऊंगा मैं, जैसे मेरे वाइफ को घसीट के लेके गया हो। ऐसा कृत्य करना, एक बार ऐसा उसके साथ हो गया ना तो सबको पता चलेगा कि दुनिया में क्राइम करना सब लोग भूल जाएंगे। आज मेरे वाइफ के साथ हुआ है ना, वैसा किसी के साथ ना हो। आज जो हुआ है वो सब दुनिया देख रही है, फिर भी सब चुप रही है। एक ही है कि उसको फांसी या मेरे गाड़ी के सामने लाके उसको मैं कुचला दूंगा। मेरी यही मांग है सरकार से कि फास्ट ट्रैक में जल्द से जल्द उसको सजा हो जाए। बस मेरे को न्याय मांगता है, न्याय के अलावा मैं कुछ नहीं जानता।
10 लाख रुपए अनाउंस किए सीएम ने, क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
मेरे को 10 लाख नहीं मांगता है, मेरे को 1 करोड़ रुपया देगा, 10 करोड़ रुपया देगा, फिर भी मेरे को नहीं मांगता है। मेरे को न्याय मांगता है, मेरे वाइफ को न्याय मांगता है, मेरे को कुछ नहीं मांगता है। पैसा वैसा पैसा तुमको रखो, मेरे को न्याय दे दो।
Facing flack from both public and political opponents, the Shiv Sena has finally taken action. Mihir Shah's father, Rajesh Shah, has been removed from his position by the ruling party. Chief Minister Shinde has reiterated no matter who the accused is, the government will act without bias. However, the opposition is gunning for the Mahayuti government. They claim for 3 days Mihir was saved so that alcohol could not be traced from his body. The opposition parties are also demanding that the VVIP Brat be booked for murder.
अपोजिशन हमेशा आरोप करते रहती है। उनके पास आरोप के सिवा दूसरा कोई काम है? हम लोग कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम कर रहे हैं, हम प्रैक्टिकल काम कर रहे हैं और लोगों के बीच में देख रहे हैं हमारे कितने प्रोजेक्ट शुरू है। हिट एंड रन में मैंने पहले दिन से इंस्ट्रक्शन दिए हुए हैं, कोई भी हो कानून के सामने सब बराबर है, कोई बड़ा छोटा नहीं होता है। और हिट एंड रन में जो दोषी है, जो गुनाहगार है, उनको बिल्कुल बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। जो बार है, जो देर रात तक चलते हैं, पब है, उनके ऊपर भी कड़ी कार्रवाई करने का आदेश मैंने दिया हुआ है। पार्टी से निकालना, इससे जो गुनाहगार है उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई करना, इसको प्राथमिकता देनी चाहिए। और जो विक्टिम है उनको सपोर्ट करना, ये पहली बात है। उनके परिवार को मुख्यमंत्री सहायता निधि से 10 लाख रुपए देंगे।
Mihir Shah, who is the son of Rajesh Shah, now he was hiding in Thane. Thane is a stronghold of Shinde Sarkar. What you want to tell about
I've said this, that this should be treated as a murder case, and I hope that these charges will be put for murder and there will be bulldozer justice as they do for other people.
So do you think that this was an entire cover-up as he was caught after 60 hours?
It seems like it now. First I said I will not politicize this case, but it seems like it.
I'm being joined by PK Jain, retired senior IPS officer, Krishna Hegde, who's a spokesperson for Shiv Sena, and Chandrasekhar Jha, who's a spokesperson for Shiv Sena UBT faction. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining us. PK Jain, if I can come to you first. Let me straight start with what the demands of the husband in this particular case is. He's saying, give me 10 lakhs, give me 10 crores, or give me far more than that. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is fast-track justice.
Absolutely,
Contrast
Sneha.
this with what has happened. 3 days. Go ahead, Mr. PK Jain. Yes, please.
See, Sneha, money is unimportant in such cases. When you see your near and dear one being dragged under a car for a long distance and then run over again, I think money becomes absolutely useless in such cases. What one vies for then is justice. Demand is only justice. In this case, I personally feel, I had said yesterday on your show also, that to me, the moment the body was disentangled from the car and again run over, it becomes a case of murder. It does no longer remains a case of hit and run. So as I said, the body was dragged for 2 kilometers. There were speed breakers en route. The car was bumping. Eventually, they realized that at the bend where the car had slowed down and could not move, they disentangled the body and again ran over it. It becomes a case of murder. The police must register a case of murder and investigate. Subsequently, under what sections of law the charge sheet will be submitted is a different matter. But the accused should not get the benefit of lesser sections at this initial investigation stage. That is my absolutely clear and honest opinion about the whole case.
Just PK Jain, sir. Let me just get straight. Let me just get the government spokesperson at this point. Krishna Hegde joins us right now. Krishna Hegde, you've heard the former IPS officer, top cop speaking, PK Jain. He's saying this seems to be a benefit of lesser sections that have been slapped on the accused in this particular case. Now, let me make this very, very clear in this case. We are not baying for blood. We are not gunning for blood for anybody. We are not saying hang anybody. We are not saying punish to an unreasonable extent. But at least what has happened needs to be reflected in the charges that have been put, that have been slapped. Where is murder? Twice this woman was run over very much knowingly. There's not only murder, there's also conspiracy to murder, but where is the murder charge? The husband is asking this, the family is asking this.
No, Sneha, first of all, the police have already slapped 105 on him and 238. 105 amounts to life imprisonment. Secondly, let me tell you that Rajesh Shah has been removed from all posts in the party to ensure a fair trial, a fair, case here. Secondly, I must also tell you that the law, even the chief minister said that the law is equal to all. And like the Kaveri's husband, Pradeep Nakwa, is saying that this case should be on a fast track. Yes, this case will be on a fast track, and we will ensure him justice. We will ensure justice
Where is
to
the murder
Kaveri.
charges, sir? Why is the murder charges not there? Would you be able to explain to us? Because we haven't been able to understand. Maybe you can explain this to us. Why is there murder charges not being slapped?
See, let the police investigate the matters in court now. And once the court, it's not that if these charges are now put, more amendments and more charges cannot be put at a later stage. So they can be. So let the law take its course.
Why
The
not
court
now
will
is what we're
decide.
trying to understand.
Obviously,
Shekhar, do you want to
no,
respond to Krishna Hegde
that
before
is up
I
to the
take
police.
Krishna Hegde's response to PK Jain? Because I'm sure he'll be able to respond to what Krishna Hegde is saying. But nonetheless, Chandrasekhar Jha first, please. And because I gave Krishna Hegde just a minute and a half, the same to you as well.
See what today's happened that the police has not claimed any police custody. The concerned accused has been sent to judicial custody, and the manner in which the case has been dealt with. If you see section 105 of the BNS, it's basically a case of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Since hit and run, which is section 107, 108. It has been kept in abeyance because there were certain kind of disputes raised by the transporters and others, saying that such kind of punishment was not under the IPC. So the police has done a case of 105, and that case is for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. But in this case, what we see that the accused has dragged the concerned victim for a kilometer, and that too with an intention to kill. If somebody is having a hit and run, so he will hit it and he will run away, and that's it. But in this case, what has happened today, that it is a kind of murder and culpable homicide amounting to murder, not amounting
Okay.
to murder. So in this case, it is very clear that it is a case of
PK
murder
Jain?
and he should be charged with
Right.
murder.
PK Jain? I mean, there's 105, which does not amount to murder, and there's 238, if I'm correct. These are the two sections that have been, Mihir Shah has been booked under. You heard Krishna Hegde. You said as the case proceeds, more sections can be added. We're trying to understand why murder has not been added at this point. Would you be able to give us an explanation to this?
This is me. For me, Sneha.
Yes, Mr. PK Jain.
Sneha, is this question for me?
That's right, Mr. PK Jain. Please go ahead.
Yeah. See, Sneha, the sections can be added and removed from an offense at any stage of investigation. So there's no legally there's no bar on that. Now the question, as I said, it's not a question of it's a question. People could kind of differ in their opinion. In this case, the moment the body was disentangled and run over again, without bothering whether the lady is already dead or not, whether she should be taken to the hospital or not, the very fact that she was run over again, the intention is very clear. I mean, that whether she survives or does not survive, whether it was done in a hurry or whatever it was, all those explanations are supposed to be given by the accused. I mean, these are all the excuses given by the accused. My clear opinion on this matter is, apply a section of murder at this stage, at the stage of investigation. At a later stage, if you find that the case of murder is not made out with whatever evidence you have, then charge sheet under 105. There's no objection to that. But at the investigation stage, the accused should not be given this leverage of what he thinks or what they thought what had happened. So in my opinion, section 103 should be applied. The case of murder should be applied in this case. And subsequently, at the conclusion of investigation, the IO is free to charge sheet the case under whichever sections he deems appropriate. 238 in any case is applicable, because 238 is screening an accused from getting punishment or destruction of evidence, things like that.
That's
so
right.
105 and 238, which have been applied now, should be converted into section 103, should be added.
Right.
See, there's a little hazy thing in this. What happened was the body was run over again when the driver had taken charge of the car. So technically, you may say that the driver is accused of 302. I'm sorry, 103 now. So, but the fact is that the boy was also there. He was also involved in disentangling the body and leaving it on the road on which again the car was run over. So in this case, this section should be applied to all of them.
Okay.
Both
All
the
right.
accused are equally responsible
Okay.
for the death of the lady. And in the second case, it was a
Right.
deliberate attempt on their part to run over the body and whether kill her or it was done
Right.
in haste. That is all to be proven in the course of investigation. So today there is no bar on them putting a section of 103. As I said, is at the conclusion of investigation, let them take a call whether they want to charge it under 105 or 103. But at this stage, the accused should not be and must not
Okay.
be given the benefit of doubt at the stage of investigation. Sneha.
Okay, Krishna Hegde, you heard Mr. PK Jain. I'm sure you have a response to that. We would like to listen to that response. But before I come to that, there is justice and there is a visible messaging of justice. Look at the bulldozers that reached the bar today. The bar that allegedly had illegal license, had encroached upon a territory that was illegal. There's a bar right on it. There's a bulldozer right at that bar. There's a strong messaging of justice that is at least attempted to by the government. But where is that strong messaging of justice in the case of Mihir Shah? Why I'm asking you this question, today the facts are out. The facts are out that he went ahead and shaved himself, trying to disguise himself, trying to hide, not just trying to hide, successfully hiding for 3 days, supported by not only his mother and sisters, but also his father. His father was a Shiv Sena strongman. After 4 days, you may go ahead and say that he's been removed from the post of the party, but he was there with the party for 4 days. Nonetheless, so while all of these is another side of the strong messaging that is coming of patronage, of political power, even though the chief minister on one hand claims that there's going to be no lackadaisical approach to anyone who is found in guilty. But there's a totally contrary messaging going here. The husband is asking, if there's no justice, if this is not being taken as a case of murder, I'm going to drag him on the road. Where is the messaging of justice in this case?
Yeah, let me tell you, there is no question of political patronage whatsoever. And that's why we have removed Rajesh Shah from the post, because we want a fair trial for, this case. Secondly, I must tell you that, no, see, Mihir had run away and he was absconding. He was hiding in the outskirts of Mumbai. He could be hiding anywhere in India.
Aided by his father. Aided by 40 calls to his father. His father told, leave, go right now, go out of Mumbai, go this. Directives given by the father. We are not saying this, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Apologies.
No.
Please
the father had been arrested. The father had been arrested. The father had been arrested. The mother was called to the police station. The mother was arrested. The sister was detained. The boy's partner was questioned. 18 other people were interrogated. The police have gone and cracked down on the bar. Over that, Mihir is now not in judicial custody, but he's in police custody. The case is on him. I don't think he's going to come out for a while. So the police and the government have taken action. The party, Shiv Sena, has also taken action on its own. The chief minister has assured that the law is equal for all, and the police has a free hand to go ahead and interrogate and do whatever in this case. So I don't think there is something which is called, we are showing that there is a messaging. There is no messaging. There is only action. Like in the Pune case also, we arrested the boy, we arrested the father, we arrested the grandfather, we arrested the doctors, we arrested everybody concerned. We arrested the mother also. But it is the court which gave the bail. It is not the government which gave the boy the bail. Similarly, here also we'll ensure.
No, I don't think the two cases can be compared.
The court.
Okay, Chandrasekhar Jha, do you agree with what Krishna Hegde is saying? Do you agree that the government has done whatever it could to ensure that there is a picture of justice, there is a messaging of justice and not political patronage that's going out in this particular story?
See, the events which has happened within the 4 days, it clearly shows that there was a patronage from the government. If that patronage would not have been there, the first day his father would not have got the bail. And second day, because he was arrested on that day itself, the party should have abolished such person from the party, but they did not do so. They are showing today that they have taken action upon him, but still the kind of events which has happened, and in the meantime what has happened also, that the CCTV footages which has not been made public, everything is in shielding, and it's a basic part of a investigating authority to do all the investigation. They have not done so, and the accused was absconding and he was arrested in Thane district, and everything is against the government. The government is trying to protect such person, and this is the show which is being run by this government.
Krishna Hegde, very quickly, do you want to respond to this?
See, they are talking very morally. Look at what happened in their government. There were, police officials planting explosives below industrialist houses. They were taking 100 crores vasuli from ladies' bar every month. They were killing police informers, and we have taken all the action here. Where was the action taken during the time of their government? All the action has been taken during our time of our government under our chief minister.
So the action that is being taken is being questioned, and we questioned that government as well, and we are questioning you as well, because clearly there seems to be a lot of unanswered questions at this point as well. Krishna Hegde, I'm sure there was a lot of wrong that was in the earlier government, but that cannot be a counter to what seems to be now, at least what the family of the accused, family of the victim in this particular case are claiming.
It is our government which has taken action against these culprits. In both the cases, we have taken action, and we will ensure justice. And we will fast track this and see that justice is given.
PK Jain, very quickly, do you want to right now just spend a minute on what is otherwise a very important section in BNS that actually deals with cases like this, particularly in cases where a person is fleeing after an accident? The messaging is very clear in that section, but unfortunately that section is in abeyance after a lot of protests by truckers and motorists in this particular case. Is it high time that the government relooks this?
Sneha, the section is 106 part 2, which talks of hit and run cases. But as you have rightly pointed out, that because of certain agitations, this section has been kept in abeyance. So the old sections of punishment of 2 years are applicable as of now. But then now it is becoming a norm. In case somebody is indulging into drunken driving and causes an accident like this and indulges into hit and run, section 105, which is culpable homicide, is applied. But this case is an aberration. As I said, the body was disentangled, run over again, etc. So that's why I said, in my opinion, a case of section 103, that is murder, is made out. But generally, in all such cases, the government has woken up to the fact that we are losing so many lives on the roads that section 106 has been made very stringent. 5 years punishment and 10 years punishment that has been built into the sections. And 105, in case somebody is indulging into drunken driving or, the
Okay, I think there's some problem, Mr. PK Jain. We seem to have lost your audio. There seems to be some audio issue, Mr. PK Jain. Thank you very much, Mr. PK Jain, for joining us. I really can't hear you. It's very unfortunate I can't hear a very important part that you were mentioning. Krishna Hegde as well as Chandrasekhar Jha, thank you very much for joining us. There's one version, there are many versions to this story, but one version is what the family is demanding: speedy justice.